Now we'll do the nose. So the original pin for the nose is just down here. Now I have removed it to make it easier for the embroidery, but it's just above these 2 rounds of single crochet 30, and you can actually see the middle for yourself. There's the 2 eyes, and this is the middle here in between them. Just pull your thread through, leave the little tail at the back for sewing, and just go through 2 or 3 times, however you like, as far as how large the nose will be. I just do 2 times. And back in again, and at the back, where you can give it a nice knot and tuck in your ends. There we go. Her mouth will be embroidered in between round 11 and round 12, just in the middle in here. And just take your needle in from this stitch here, diagonally, down here. Just diagonally from the nose. Then just same to the other side, 1 stitch diagonally from going across. Just take your thread and put it behind your needle, and then down into the next row, but you're actually going to go in the row rather than down in between the rows, or rounds. Well, she looks a little grumpy here, but she'll have a smile soon enough. Then the bottom lip, I don't make that as wide. I just do that a little short stitch. Well, actually, it should go in this one. Yep. Back up to that corner. Well, she already looks happier. Okay, so now we'll give her some nice full lips by just winding the thread through. And basically we're just going to be wrapping around this strand to give her some pouty lips. You'll probably need to do this 3 or 4 times, just depends on the thickness of your actual thread. Just passing it through each time. Then once you've reached the end, you can just then go under this bottom one down here. And that'll just join them up a little. It'll even out by the time we've done the second part. And then just under here, 3 or 4 times, just depends on your preference really. I have made them very pouty, but they don't actually look very good when they're too pouty, so I've found less is more. And through again. So this time we'll just take it up under this other corner, and that will join the lips together. And just pull that through, and that will just join them nicely. So now I'm just going to go back in again and do some more wrapping of the lips, just to make them a little fuller, because I'm feeling like, because this is a larger doll than what I normally do, that she needs a little more lips. And just spread out those wraps that you've done so that they're nice and even across the lips. And I'm just going to go back down again as well. I pulled a little tighter that time because the mouth was a little too wide open. But if you like that look, that's good. I'm always trying to change up how I do the lips and the eyes anyway, so I'm always trying something different. Now I just take the needle and just go back under that corner and then across to the other side. That just secures all the little wrapping that we've done. Now, if you like, you can actually do white now instead of the pink for some teeth, but you will need to do them from the inside. So just bring your needle in from the back and then just do a little bit of white across in the center here. So that's her mouth finished, and now we will just do some eyebrows. I'll be using a brown embroidery thread for her eyebrows since I'll be giving her some brown hair. And you just want to insert your needle one round above those eyelashes and in line with the whites of the eyes. Then for the shaping, I just go up to the next round. See how I've split the stitch here in this round, and then I'm just going to just take it half a stitch across and go under. And that'll just give that little curve up. Then I just go down here to the side, just a little lower than where the eyebrow actually started and in the same line with the eyelashes. And then I just go back to that original space and come out under that thread. And then just back again to that same space that we came out of and across to the other side. So we just go once again halfway through the round. About there is good. Just pulling that through, and that'll just make up that eyebrow. So we'll do the same on this side. We just go up to this next round up here. Just go under this stitch here. And just down to the bottom. I do them differently each time. I don't have like a set steps. And then just back into that last spot. I tried to go underneath that last thread rather than over the top of it, and then just out to the back where you came in, so you can tie a little knot and hide those ends. Now I did catch a little thread here, but I won't be doing it again. So that's her eyebrows done. She will look a little better when her hair is on, because right now her eyebrows look like they're really at the top of her head. But when you add the hair, it just does add that extra little height and fullness, and they do sit well. And you can just do tiny little eyebrows, just like a little line across here if you like. I've tried a whole bunch of different styles, so it's just a matter of preference really. And she's looking pretty cute. And now she's ready to have some hair. This is the yarn that I'll be using for her hair. So all you need to do is cut this into strands, and I'll show you how I do the pull through method with the crochet hook. I've just wrapped a bunch of it around just a piece of foam in the size that I want. So you just measure the length of hair that you want. I always make mine a little longer so I've got plenty of cutting room in case I make a mistake when I'm giving her a haircut. So once you've wrapped it around your cardboard or foam, as I'm using here, you just snip the ends off. So to pull her hair through with the crochet hook, I just take a strand and fold it in half. And I just start here at the top, insert the hook. And sometimes if you use a smaller size hook, it is actually easier. But because I've got this fluffy sort of thread or wool, then I'm using a bigger needle anyway because it just seems to fray. So just pull it through, and then you can just twist it over and pull it through like that. And then you just make your way around. Grab another strand. I don't really have a set method. I just play around and just see how it's going to go. And then just loop it through and give it a little tug. So at the front, I actually do every hole. The front and the top, I do every hole. Then as I get lower at the back, I will show you, but I don't go down to 2 holes and sometimes even 3 on the bigger dolls. Otherwise, you just end up having way too much hair. So this one here, I'll just continue around, making my way around. And just pull through. You can use your fingers or your hook. And then just each time giving a nice little pull. And that's going to look quite cute, I think. So I'll just continue to go around, all the way around, and then make my way to the inside. So this is how she's looking with the one row around where her forehead would start. And now we just need to fill in this top section in here and to add some hair at the back as well. For this middle section, I just go straight into the middle here and out to one of the little stitches and just do the same procedure. Pull through. So I'm just going back into that center hole and grabbing the yarn through the next little hole. And just pull it through. Then just keep going around, go back into the center and just grab one more, I think. You don't have to get every little space up here because it does get a little crowded with hair and sometimes you can end up with way too much hair. So that should be enough for the top of her head because I've used this very thick wool here, so she doesn't need too many strands. When you use the thinner strands, you will definitely need to go into every little space, but it just all really depends on the type of yarn that you're using for her hair. When I use embroidery thread, I actually use 2 strands at the same time into the hole, and it just gives that thicker look, and you can just give her a lovely style. So if you were going to give her a hairstyle where it's going to be tied back all the time, then you wouldn't even need to add any more strands at the back. You could just put a little rubber band in the back here, and then once you've put the rubber band in, I just wrap it around with thread, and then the last bit of the thread I'll push through the head and give it a couple of stitches through the head, and it just holds it nice and securely. So for the sides, what I do is once I've gone around that top round, I just go to 1 stitch past the eyebrow, and then I start putting my hook in sideways like this. You don't have to do it this way. I used to just go straight down all the way around, but I found that when you do it sideways, it just helps the direction of the hair a little better. So just pull that through. And it'll just sort of like fall to the side a little. And then for the next one, I'll just make it the 1 stitch down. I'll just show you what I mean. So this one would go in this hole here, down 1 row and to the side. Just pull that through. And you can see how it's sort of slowly coming down the side. And then I would just go straight down now. In through the side. Some people do it through the side from the very top, so it really is a matter of preference. And for me, it really does depend on the type of yarn I'm using for the hair. It does make a difference. This chunky stuff, you can barely tell what direction it's been threaded through. It's just so chunky. But that's how the side would work. And then I would just do maybe 2 more down there. And you would just do the same on the other side as well. Just 1 stitch from the eyebrow. Pull it through. And then just follow the steps as you did for the other side. And you can see now that she's got some of this quite thick yarn in the top of her head. Her head is a little bigger at the top, and that is why I do the smaller rounds at the top and then just get bigger as I go down with the head. And she's looking quite cute. So I've just added some hair, just travelling slightly diagonally down the side now. And for the back, you just need to go into 2 rounds instead of just the 1 round. So just insert your hook, and You can skip a stitch or two here in there now. So go in and down 2 rounds like that. And you can just do a straight row across of these, going down 2. And it's a longer loop, but it does fill in quite well when you do the next few. So just continue around, and you can see now how that fills in quite a bit of the area when you do 2, and just fill those in. If you like, you can do another round of filling in through 2 rounds down the bottom down here to give extra hair. And then you just style her the way you like. So here she is, complete. She has her hair, her face, a cute little top, and she's ready to be played with. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please remember to like and to subscribe. Bye.